In this episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing episode 6 of Moon Knight, titled Gods and Monsters. What was this season finale? Seriously, this entire show, in a way, kind of made no sense. If you follow the comic books, it deters away from the main story of what Mark Spector and Stephen Grant are. But the aspect of Oscar Isaac playing these dual roles was really good. It was different, and he gave a tremendous performance. This entire season was very different. Now, the sixth episode is really quite interesting because, we're trying to understand what's happening. There's a big fight between Amit and Khonshu, towering over the entire cities of Egypt. We have, Mark and Stephen fighting Harrow, with Layla coming in, and it's just, interesting about how things happen. The continuity aspect of it is that we don't know what's real, what's fake, what's this, what's that. I'm trying to understand where Marvel went with this and what it was trying to do with it. Did you just make Moon Knight to introduce the character to people who don't know who Moon Knight is? I mean, comic book fans like myself know who this character is. It's one of my favorite Marvel characters because he's very underrated and it's not much talked about. This show is called Moon Knight. I wanted more of Moon Knight. We didn't get any of that at all. We saw sporadic placements of him in different episodes. Some episodes were just slowly on Mark and Stephen. That was it. We didn't get the full Moon Knight costume, except on certain, aspects of when he's fighting. The ending and the season finale with the fight scenes, you had Mark as Moon Knight, you had Stephen as Mr. Knight, switching duality roles and switching as they're fighting Harrow. The action scenes were good. It was different. I did like Amit coming in and being this towering figure and this presence and this so-called villain, so to speak, for this show. Khonshu was interesting and different. And it's just a show that I felt like was so drawn out that it led to a disappointing end and a season finale. It's very hard for me to dislike a Marvel movie or a show. I have to say, I didn't really enjoy Moon Knight at all. Yeah, I'm praising the acting from Oscar Isaac, and, Ethan Hawke is great as Arthur Harrow. It just didn't work out how I thought it could have been. 6 episodes, there are fans out there that, oh yeah, they loved it, this and that. I'm one of those fans just going to say this was not what it should have been. It is the 6th television series in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, are we going to go see, are we seeing Moon Knight more? Will he be showing up as a cameo in a movie? Will Oscar Isaac show up as Mark Spector? What will happen? What's going on? And will there be a season 2? It's really interesting how everything plays out. And I do want to say, there is a third personality in Jake Lockley. Very prominent in these comics. But you introduce him in the post-credit scene, in the season finale. Why? No. You should have introduced him way earlier. We found out he was the actual one who was touting this violent streak in Mark and Stephen. Mark is the smart one, or actually no, Stephen is the smart one, Mark is the fighter, and Jake is the violent one. We thought Mark was the one who was killing it. No, it was Jake doing everything. And the ending, we find out what actually happens to Arthur Harrow because of Khonshu and Jake Lockley. Listen, there needs to be a season 2 of this show, period. I don't care what anyone else says. If Marvel, doesn't do those episodes, season 2s of their shows, they need to do a season 2 of this show. Or just give him his own movie. I'm curious to see what happens and when he comes out. There has been rumors that he's going to come out in the werewolf thing that Marvel is doing for the Halloween 2022 season. So I'm curious to see if that plays any factor to it. But, there is a potential for a second season, and it needs to be a second season because you just can't end this like this. Yeah, okay, critics are praising this show, but what was the point? I really want to know. Like I said, I'm a huge Marvel fan of everything they do. I love what they're doing. But this was a great idea, but a bad execution. The only thing that was good was Oscar Isaac playing the duality roles of Mark Spector and Stephen Grant. My favorite episode of this show was when we got the backstory of what was happening and how Mark and Stephen came together. And that was episode 5, titled Asylum. Other than that, everything else just felt like it was misplaced, missed out of place. I don't think the writers or even the directors, or better yet, even the creator of the show knew what they were doing with this character. When you heard that this Moon Knight show was happening, it went straight and rushed into production, and that was it. Listen, where does this take place in the MCU timeline? What happens? We need more of these characters, especially certain aspects of what's happening. I really want more of Moon Knight because we didn't get the character at all. A very disappointing TV show. I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for it, but that's fine. That's my opinion. And, hey, let's see what's going to happen now with these TV shows because it's only either going to get better or worse. So we don't know what's going to happen. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about the entire season 1 of Moon Knight. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? Did you like the story aspect? Did you like the action? What didn't you like about it? Do you think there could have been more done? Do you think Jake Lockley should have been introduced earlier on in this season, and why? Or do you think they're saving him later on? And out of the Mark Spector, Stephen Grant personality, which one did you like better? Did Layla actually stand on her own in this show? I loved how her character developed in this season finale. It was great. As I was watching, I was thinking, okay, this is the Marvel version of Wonder Woman, kind of. Arthur Harrow was great. Ethan Hawke was fantastic. So let me know in the comment section below about the questions I just asked about season 1 of Moon Knight, and I'll see you guys in the next review video.